Tonight, we're going to talk to Brad Katz, who's done the Empowered Living's Metabolic Reset program, and going to ask him a few questions. If you're watching this and you can hear us and you can see us, could you just hit like or share or thumbs up or a smiley face to let us know that you can see it and you can hear it. Okay. But we will get started. So Brad, tell us a little bit about yourself and your story in regard to your weight.
Sure. So I never really considered myself to be overly overweight. I was always relatively fit, kept in good health, did a little bit of exercise, ate what I wanted. But, as you age, you kind of start to not get that, and it goes away on you a little bit.
Know where you're at.
Several months ago, I realized I was in trouble when I was able to sit down and rest a can of beer on my belly without it falling. And that was kind of the trigger for me. It's like, all right, you know what? Something's got to happen now.
And so why'd you go with the metabolic reset?
So I went with the metabolic reset because I have a friend of mine who did it, and he had really strong results. So I figured, you know what? If he can do this, I can do this.
Okay.
So I asked him about it, and that's how I got the metabolic reset started for myself.
Okay. Where did you start at? Like, what was your weight when you started?
So I started out at 195, which for my height isn't a terrible weight, but for my frame and height, that does count from like a mass or whatever the medical guys call it.
Okay.
It definitely counted as weight. So it was also a lot higher than I kind of really ever have been as an adult. So I felt uncomfortable. But 195 was my weight the day I started.
Okay. And had you tried any other weight loss styles, programs before?
Oh yeah, I've tried tons of things, all of which involved nothing formal and me just trying to guess what to do, which needless to say was not a very successful option.
Okay.
The best I ever did was counting calories, and I would do it for like 3 or 4 months, lose some weight, and then say, all right, I'm good. And then all of a sudden, 3 months after that, I weighed more than I did when I started the whole process. So nothing really worked.
Good. Well, not good in that respect, but then that turns you on to giving the chance. We lost your video, Brad. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Gave you the chance to try the Empowered Living Metabolic Reset program. And what was your experience on the Metabolic Reset?
So I was skeptical. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was definitely a little nervous about it. I was like, okay, it's just another type of fancy diet that everybody's into these days. And after getting started, I was a little concerned the first few days, and then all of a sudden, I started to notice success, and it was quick. And when I say quick, I mean like day 3, day 4, day 5. It was that quick, and it just kept working and working. So I just kept following it, and boom, it just really became a huge success for me.
Great. And what was your goal? To lose how much?
So initially, my thought was I wanted to lose about 20 pounds.
Okay. And did you?
Well, no. I actually lost 24 pounds. So I exceeded the goal weight by a little bit, which and it was amazing. So I was pretty excited about that.
And during the metabolic reset, like, did you have did you go out to eat a lot, or did you have any problems like making the menu or fitting the foods into what you were going to do?
So I am not what you would consider a gourmet by any chance. I once burnt soup. True story. I can't cook unless I'm involved with a grill. And my best menu item is probably reservations. So I was concerned about cooking for myself, but I started messing around using the recipe book, using just a list of items that I was permitted to have, and making some stuff up and as I went. And it was actually fun. It was a lot easier than I thought. I also went out to eat a lot, and I found that the restaurants were really cool to work with when you would tell them, look, hey, I'm on this funky diet. I want you to make me this, but don't do this, this, or that. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, no problem. And they would come out with exactly what I wanted, cooked perfectly how I wanted it. And it was really not an issue. So I wasn't like antisocial in any way.
Great, great. And how did you feel when you were on the program? When you were actually doing the program?
So I was afraid that I was going to be really hungry. And I wasn't at all, which was good. And as I got through the process, you know, if I got a little hungry, I know that there is a list that was provided to me of some like snacks that I could have just in case I felt hungry. Right. And, you know, I would eat something like that, like a stick of celery or something. And that worked out great. Just drank some extra water, maybe some extra coffee, and it really filled the void perfectly. So it really didn't bother me at all. I was probably concerned for no reason.
Okay, good. And you lost that to 24 pounds in how long?
I think when all was said and done, it was 20. It may have been 21 days.
Okay. So 3 to 4 weeks, somewhere in that range. We'll say.
Yeah, it was definitely 3 weeks. It wasn't even anywhere near as long as 4.
So how's the maintenance phase going now?
So the maintenance phase is funny because initially when I got into the maintenance phase and I was instructed on what to do, where to be, how to eat, etc., it's like I tried to increase what I was eating to the maintenance levels, and I did. I was very successful at, you know, adding to it, and I kept losing more weight, which was creeping me out a little bit. So I actually fluctuated a little bit, you know, 2 pounds here, 1 pound there, but it was never like up, up, up. It was like up, down, up, down, up, down. So I would float between, say, like 171 and 174.
Okay.
From the day I started maintenance right up until about 3 days ago, or 5 days ago when I went away on vacation. You know how vacations work. I came home, I actually weighed 176. So I actually gained a whole 2 pounds on vacation. Eating what I felt like, you know, I may or may not have had a couple of adult beverages on vacation. Mm-hmm. And then 2 days home, right back to proper maintenance. So I'm right back down to 174.
So you're right back at the reset point.
Exactly. It seems like that's just works, and it's like, it's very little effort.
Great, great. And so did you notice any changes when you finished the program, like with sleep or energy or? So
I'd say yes. I slept through the night better. I definitely had more energy. I wasn't tired during the day, and my wife will certainly tell you that I stopped snoring.
Okay.
Which she's very happy about.
Yeah, that's a pleasant little effect that came about. Yeah, and that's when you lose weight, those things can happen. And for exercise on the program, I know you weren't exercising, but you know, you told me that you played hockey in a men's league. So what would happen on those days?
So I didn't, like you said, I didn't really exercise. I played men's league hockey. I do it like once a week. So on those days, I just, you know, did a little bit more, maybe put a little extra calories in my system just to cover me, because I knew I was going to burn off at my skill set, not quite that many calories, but more than just kind of sitting around. Right. So with it, I needed to do a little extra something. They drank a lot more water or whatnot those days.
Okay, good. And who would you recommend this program to?
So I would suggest that anybody who felt like they had anything to lose would benefit from this. If it was someone who was looking to lose, like me, about 20 pounds, or somebody who needed to lose 30, 50, 100 or more pounds, I feel like this is something that, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's the way I see it. So I would recommend this to anybody. It's really a lot easier. It's just all about sticking to it and following the process. And it was actually a lot easier. So anybody who needs some help should really use it.
And I don't remember specifically, but did you use the Facebook support group?
I did. Process? I did. So the Facebook support group was great because we would share pictures of what we were cooking, couple tidbits on how to make things taste good that we were making, because we were limited on what we could eat, but we had a lot of cool recipe shares and a good kind of like support, go get them guys type thing, which was very helpful.
Okay, great. And so you didn't come into the office every week to do weights and measurements. We did them through a Google document,
Yeah.
Google spreadsheet. How'd you find that? Did that work out well?
No, it was easy. I mean, a tape measure and a finger to type it in with. That's really all I needed. And then I pressed the share button. So, you know, if you know how to use a computer and a tape measure, doing that is easy. That
Great.
really, the only hard part I had was trying to figure out how to properly measure my shoulders.
And
My arms don't bend that way.
I maybe I'll post a picture underneath this video that you took a pre and post. But no, that's. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Thank you. That's what I'll add. Thank you for letting me do this. Thanks for getting me enrolled. Thanks for seeing it through. Thanks for doing this for others. It's something that, you know, was a great thing for me and for a couple friends of mine who went through it as well.
Great. Well, I thank you for doing it, and you did a great job.
Thanks.
You did the legwork on it. So, you know, have yourself a great night, and we'll end this. Let me just double check, make sure there weren't any questions. Nope, doesn't look like there's any questions right now. If you have questions, you can post them in the comments below. But otherwise, everybody have a good night.